up? What is up? What is up? What is up? This is your oh so glorious and beloved Yates Valor. Nice and choppy reception on my way to work. I was all fucked up when I left the house, so I left the house like an hour early. Probably more than that. I did have to get gas, so it wasn't so bad. I feel like ass today. Should be there in less than 20 minutes. 17, just about. This fucking job was a fucking gold mine. Well, let me put it to you like this. So a year ago my rate when I started furniture assembly was $21 an hour. $21 an hour. And I think it was 21. It was either 19 or 21, one of the two. Pretty low. Now it's at 35. It's out here in the good old Las Vegas area. So, I mean, when you compare it to a lot of other things that are out there, $21 an hour is pretty good as take home. But even still, like if you were doing this professionally, like for a company, you might make $13 to $14 an hour because the company has so much overhead. So the reason why I charge what I charge is because I'm doing this solo as a dude and I have overhead that I need to account for. So, yay. And because of that fact, that's why I charge what I charge. And so now it's at 35, which I think is a good fair number for this market with my experience. And honestly, yeah, I could be making more. Usually when I do like same day shit, I pump it up. That's the one thing I wish about TaskRabbit that you could do, is that you could have separate prices for your normal scheduling and then same day, you know. I mean, then you would run into the problem where people would hire you for tomorrow but request for you to come today to kind of get out of that. And like, all right, well, for last minute jobs, I do charge a premium. So you'll have to either expense the difference per hour or you'll have to hire me same day. That's usually how that works. But you can't really do it as an expense because an expense usually needs to have a receipt or something agreed upon that you're giving them. Let's say you supply mount, and go to mount a TV, you know, and you have a certain expense per mount, something like that. TV mounts aren't cheap, man. I mean, yeah, you can get some cheap ones, but probably the cheapest that you can find for a decent sized TV, like a 55 inch, is maybe $20, $25. You know, they do make cheaper ones, but that's for much smaller televisions. But I don't know, whatever. So I've been doing a lot of math, a lot of calculating. So far this week, I have really, really good projections, really strong projections today and tomorrow. So I'm kind of hoping to, because it's been somewhat slow, but that's mainly because my metrics have been off. I'm trying not to be as selective with my jobs, but at the same time, though, I've increased my rate, so I'm not getting as many shitty jobs. I've noticed that when you're cheap, when you yourself are cheaper in comparison to the market, you tend to gravitate that kind of client. You tend to gravitate clients that are, have a particular mindset or want to screw you over, this, that, and the other. But that's not the case all the time, because, like I said, I did have a client that booked me that just so happened to be a shithead, and he tried to fuck me over, which, as of right now, he still hasn't, but we'll see whether or not I even get that payment, because he pulled his card, or it was a bad card to begin with, and so they can't even collect payment from it, which they'll manually pay me out for it, which is great, but it remains to be seen, because if anything, he could try and argue the fact or something like that, even though I did provide documentation. It just sucks when these things happen, because it takes a while for me to get what's owed to me. So, but yeah, I'm trying real hard to push through this week, make as much money as I can this week, because next week I'm not going to be working. So, yeah, I'm debating on whether or not I should get my gas. No, I should get my oil changed before or after. I think what I'll do is I'll play it by ear. If I do 400 miles, I'll probably end up getting my oil changed before I go to California, because it's close. It's about time. It's getting there, man. Probably gonna need to get over, or I haven't been down this road in a while, so what's up? Good morning. I'm loving it. What are you getting into today? So yeah, like I was saying earlier, when I was rambling when there was no one watching, I didn't mean to use the term gold mine, but I was trying to reference my payment that I'm going to be getting per hour. It's $35 an hour for this, and it's 3 children's beds, and they have big ass drawers in them and shit. So it's gonna take a while. I'm gonna try to do an hour and a half per bed, but we'll see. We'll definitely see, because for whatever reason the client thinks it's gonna take 2 to 3 hours. I'm thinking more 3 to 5. I do have another client that hit me up. They're not far. They're actually pretty close, and they're also at 35. That's probably going to take an hour, hour and a half tops. It really all depends. It's just mounting shit, so we shall see. I would prefer to be able to do that one today rather than tomorrow, and they have a window of 5:45 they've got to leave. So yeah, so overall not bad. Not to say that I don't ever lounge on the job. I always try to get it done as quickly as possible. I think I'm going to try to push bit quicker today, just because of that other job, because I want to do that job, but I have a full day tomorrow, and I can't really mess around with that. So the last thing I want to do is have to do it. I mean, I probably could do it really early in the morning because it is so close, but we'll see. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to do everything that I can, and hopefully I get done around 4-ish. But if I can get done between 4 and 4:30, I can make it. No, it's gonna probably cut it too close, because they're not super far. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I know people that have done that. I know people that have flirted with the platform and then it's like a light switch comes off, and you realize the potential money that you could be making had you gone full time would trump what you're making otherwise. So I just did my taxes this year, and this is why you got to calculate everything. You got to, I'm telling you, the small investment of like QuickBooks Pro or like QuickBooks or something like that, or to track your mileage, track your expenses, like everything. That way, when you do your taxes, it's so much more streamlined, and everything's accounted for. I'm telling you, I think it's like $130 for the year, which, oh my God, that's so much money. But then when it comes to doing your taxes, it'll help you save a shitload of money. I got $18,000 total for all my exemptions, my cost of doing business, all that shit, you know. But I didn't even make that much. I had to fucking put in individually all the money that I made on TaskRabbit, which was really weird, because they should have sent me a 1099, because I did well over 200 tasks last year. Like I was only on since June, but I think by the end of the year, I think I hit like 270 in the number of tasks that I did. So 270 tasks in 6 months, that's quite a bit. Was it that much? I think it was. I don't know. I know it was over 200. Maybe it was 210. Maybe I'm exaggerating. So they should have sent me a 1099, but they never did. So I don't know what the hell is up with that. But it's either, so it's weird. It's like either, well, I think it's a combination or something like that. It's either 200 tasks or $20,000. I didn't make $20,000. Once again, I started in June. These last couple months have been hit and miss. It's interesting because maybe it's just me, because I am so picky with my jobs. I'm becoming less picky now that I have like increased my rates. And that's usually because I'm getting a different type of clientele that is wanting to hire me. People that understand the value of good work. So that's kind of the client that I'm shooting for. But, you know, obviously this job that I'm going to do now, if it were a flat rate IKEA job, it's weird. I don't know if I would get as much or if I would get more. I haven't looked it up. I'll probably check it out later. I just haven't. Sorry if it's all choppy. I'm in a bad area. It's weird. I don't know why the Google Assistant keeps going on. I think you gotta make like you gotta make like $20,000. But it also stipulates on there that it's also a certain number of tasks. Yeah, same here. Same exact. Yeah, that's how I got it. The key here is 30 per hour. That's pretty much what it is here too. So, but the thing is, that's when you break it down. But a lot of times, like let's say, oh, it's 30 per hour for the estimate for how long it's going to take. Okay, that's cool. I did it in half the time, therefore you're making a lot more money with the flat rate. But if it takes longer, then you're making less. I usually recommend for clients, if you hire an experienced tasker, you'll probably save $20, $30, $40 if you actually go the hourly route. So because they still charge the client like $36, $37 an hour per estimate or whatever. You think like 36. I think it's like 36 per hour prior, like based upon the estimate. I wish to God that IKEA would do, like they would be more individual about what they do. It's more so lump category. So there are certain models that have their own specific category on the flat rate. But honestly, like even within certain models, there are certain article numbers within models that take quite a bit longer. You know, there are certain things like I know that anything with a suspension rail, I kind of shake my head at. And it's because it's not worth doing the flat rate with the suspension rails, because especially when it's just one person. You know, a lot of these are hung up high overhead. I can't fucking do that by myself. I need another pair of hands, you know? So I usually tell clients like, hey, man, I'd love to do this, but, you know, this needs to be held up with suspension rails. It's like 6, 7, 8 feet off the ground, and it's 70 freaking inches. I can't do that by myself. I can hold it up there, but I can't hold it up there and anchor into the suspension rail. That's not going to happen today. My piece of advice, do not do that. Actually, do that, realize what you fucked up, and then you'll never do it again. Let's see. So, like, I know, like, oh, I'm just gonna throw a few brad nails in there. Most brad nails are really fucking long. The IKEA nails that it comes with are short and they're the perfect size. Okay. Am I going the right way? Of course not. Oh my god, this fucking GPS, dude. All right, let me turn around. Oh wow, dude, the fucking medians on these. All right, when you go into a nice fucking neighborhood, all the medians are like, there's so many medians, it's really hard to make a U-turn anywhere. Oh my god. I've seen pictures of people that have used like nail guns or like staplers or whatever to put up the back of the thing. I'm telling you, man, just take the 5 fucking minutes, the 5-10 minutes to nail this shit up, dude. It sucks when you do it like when it's standing up, then it's kind of hard, especially with the larger packs units. You ever done Uber? An electric one? No, I get it, man. I'm telling you, look, all I'm gonna say is go ahead and do it, and then you'll quickly realize that was not a good idea. That's all I'm gonna say. But, you know, definitely experience it for yourself. No, I have not done Uber because I have never, well, since I started doing the gig economy stuff, I've never actually owned a vehicle that could actually be compatible. Fuck, dude. All right. I'm gonna have to kill the stream because I need to full screen my fucking GPS because it's a short little window right now and I can't see fuck all on it. So, what the dude? No wait, don't. I'm not leaving just yet. Actually, give me a minute. I got 5 minutes anyway, so I ain't worried. Give me a second. TaskRabbit is way better than Uber. You kidding me? I wouldn't, even if I had a car today, I don't think I would do it. Like, I've flirted with the idea in the past, like, man, if I had a fucking car that was compatible and clean and didn't have all this shit in it. That's another thing too. The reason why all my stuff is in the back of the truck like is this, I don't have a garage. Nowhere in my apartment to put any of this stuff. Like, space, I mean, we have some space, but like not enough space for all this shit. Fuck. Alright. Dude, I'm signing with him, but I haven't done it in half a year. Okay, cool, dude.